A lot of you guys might be wondering why SUI is pumping SUI, and there's a lot of reason why. One, its ecosystem is absolutely blowing up. I mean, we know what happened to Tron, Solana. We know when people invest in the ecosystem, by whether it's shitcoins, dApps, staking, it doesn't matter what it is, it tends to pretty much explode and go up. That's number one. Number two, the Grayscale Trust Fund. We saw what happened a couple of weeks ago when Grayscale pretty much invested $900,000 into SUI ecosystem. That only made it pretty much go even higher. And number three, the project is growing. They have this game coming out. So let's dive in first of all into CoinGecko real quick to see what is going on. Just a couple of weeks ago when I went live, this thing was sitting at around $2.7 billion and now currently sitting at $4 billion with a volume at 627 billion or 627 million, sorry, dollars. Now we could see right here that the current ranking is currently sitting at 28, so it is making its way up to its top 10. If we have a look right here at the top 10, we could see that SUI is actually not far away from Near, Uniswap, Litecoin, Polkadot, Chainlink, etc. Cardano. I mean, we could see that it's pretty much getting up there. And from the top 10 sitting at a $4 billion market cap, SUI is actually in fact like what, 4x from here, not even 3, maybe, yeah, 3x from here. From the top 10 if you take off USDT and USDC. So obviously pretty big things are coming, and the reason why I think that SUI will, or the ecosystem will 10,000x is probably because of its meme coin. So yes, the SUI price or the SUI token might not go up 10,000x. We might not see like a $200 price, but we could definitely see its ecosystem grow. We could see meme coins exploding the same way we saw coins on Solana exploding. It was the same way we saw coins on Tron exploding. We could see the same thing on SUI exploding. So it doesn't matter if it's projects or meme coins, dApps, it doesn't matter really what it is. That's pretty much what's happening right now. Number two, if we have a look at the Google Chrome store, first of all, that's something that I'm extremely bullish on SUI. We have a look at Phantom, 4 million users. We have a look at MetaMask, 15 million users. Boom, you got to look at SUI right here, 200,000 users. So for you guys who are thinking, oh, I'm too late, I already missed the pump, this is not gonna go any higher, that's it, I missed it. No, look what happened to Solana. A lot of people faded Solana at $20. Solana literally exploded from like what, $8-9 all the way up to what, $190 in terms in a matter of months. So we could see right here that if we have a look at the max, we could see that SUI is obviously a new platform. It's a new blockchain, layer one, whatever you want to call it. We could see that it was launched May 2nd, 2023 at a price of $1.40. So the fact that this was launched at a $1.40 and we're currently traded at $1.50, you are still extremely early. That's in my opinion, not financial advice. You guys should definitely always do your own research and due diligence. But what I'm really bullish on, guys, is this. I mean, 200,000 users, there is so much growth potential ahead. It is insane. Yes, we could see a correction on SUI very soon. Maybe it's gonna happen. We could see right here that historically when we are overbought on the RSI, stochastic RSI, we usually tend to come down. So yes, we definitely could see a correction. If we have a look right here, ever since we had our buy target, we are currently in up 57%. So this was actually our buy target right here. It was September 7th. 2024, so just about a couple weeks ago. This is when we pretty much had our buy target, and ever since this thing has been pretty much exploding, up 89%. The current profit, they say it's 57%, max profit 67, and of course if you're like me and you would have done 25x leverage. So let's just do some simple math real quick. You do 25x times let's say it was 89 like they said. That's a 20x 22x return from here. That is pretty quite interesting and pretty quite high actually. And we are getting the top of this cloud right here. I am waiting for a sell signal, and not because I am bearish on SUI, but because I do want to make a nice little trade and pretty much wait for an accumulation. Now historically, of course, by the way guys, if you guys are interested in these indicators, this is MDX algo. The link will be left in link in the description below. You guys have over like 20 indicators right here, anywhere from liquidation, oscillators, funding rates, wave chart, trend master, etc. It does gives you some gives you buy signals and whatnot. So this is definitely a pretty interesting indicator. So if we go back into the charts real quick and we have a look at this, so this was a pretty important point of control right here. If I take out the volume profile, we know that the point of control was around right here. We did have a few rejections right here. This was the first rejection, second rejections. This is also support levels right here. So usually when we do have these types of breakout, we usually come back down and retest. Now, I don't really see SUI coming back down and 40%, 35% or whatnot. I don't see a correction that high, but I could definitely see a correction maybe at the top of this resistance right here, which is actually now support. So if we actually have this correction right here, I definitely do see a good buy opportunity right here. If not, we're most likely going to make a nice all-time high or maybe a double top before pretty much retesting or getting corrected a little bit. But if we have a look at the weekly time frame, guys, everything pretty much tells us we're overbought. We were overbought a few weeks not a few weeks ago, but last time we were overbought when this thing pretty much went from 36 cents all the way to $2.50. We pretty much corrected, and this thing I believe did tank like 70% or something. Yeah, 76%. And right now we are increasing, and this is a nice bullish engulfing candle, so we're gonna have to see how the daily or the weekly does close. Right now it seems like SUI is not giving a crap about what Bitcoin's doing, because if we have a look at SUI BTC, if they even do have that, you guys can see right here that this thing keeps on pumping and pumping and pumping. And it doesn't really matter what the Bitcoin dominance does or what Bitcoin does, this thing will keep on pumping and gaining its value against Bitcoin. So obviously very, very, very darn interesting what's happening to SUI right now. Something that I do want to talk about as well, guys, is this thing. I mean, they keep on growing, and we know what happened to the Solana phone, right? Everyone got hyped, everyone got the airdrop. If you were holding a certain meme coin and you bought the Solana phone, you would pretty much you would get a massive airdrop on that, and their airdrop all of a sudden would be worth like $10,000, etc. So can't the same thing happen with SUI right here? You could see that you could actually pre-order the phone for only $600. Now it depends who you are and if you're a gamer or not. I mean, obviously $600, that's the cost of a PS5, Xbox, even more. But it's pretty darn crazy, the technology that they have on this. I mean, look at this. I mean, if you have a look at the graphics, it is literally like PS5 and Xbox 360 on crack. And for $599, I'm not saying it's cheap. It is a little bit pricey, but definitely, I mean, if this does sell out and there's a huge amount of sales and people end up getting it, I mean, you could see the price of SUI exploding 10x. I wouldn't be surprised. You could see that they do have a memory RAM of 16 gigabyte, guys. That is very, very high. 16 gigabyte RAM is really high. 512 storage on this little thing. Obviously Wi-Fi Connect, 1920 by 1200 resolution. That's pretty darn HD. You can see that the battery is a 48 watt 258 WH right here, so it will last you a good amount of time, in my opinion. Playtron Game OS, that's pretty much what it's on. So obviously very, very interesting. The ability to earn NFT across NFT skins across games would be a huge selling factor, etc, etc, etc. And pretty much that's about it. So obviously this is pretty darn bullish. I mean, the ecosystem keeps on blowing up, keeps on growing. In my opinion, this will definitely be a top 10 cryptocurrency. It's definitely going to be a top 10 ecosystem in the next bull market or this upcoming bull market. In my opinion, this can pull off a Caspa. We're gonna have to see. In my opinion, this can pull off a Caspa, but we're gonna have to see really what happens. Overall, we know what happened to Caspa. Caspa kept on exploding. SUI, whatever you want to call it. $2 billion, 2 billion token circling supply. You could see the total supply is 10 billion. Max supply is 10 billion as well. And pretty much that's about it. Developers are starting to build on SUI, guys. 297,000 transactions per second. That is super darn high. Time to finality is 400 millisecond. That is also really freaking high, in my opinion. You guys can see transaction per epoch, average cost transaction in SUI. I'm sure this thing only increased. I mean, I don't know when was the last time this was updated, but I'm sure it only increased from the last time it was updated. And pretty much that's about it. But overall, guys, SUI at $4 billion, I really do think that it could 5-10x from here. I think $40 billion is no-brainer that's gonna hit $40 billion. I think we could even see $100 billion. And I mean, that's, guys, at the end of the day, this is not financial advice. Just make sure to always do your own research and due diligence. And of course, if you guys do like these videos, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, leave a like, and I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow.